Hello. So India have won the fourth consecutive match in the World Cup 2023. Virat Kohli has scored his 48th ODI 100, and it seems like India are almost through to the semi-finals. It's still early stage, only four wins. India need at least six wins, but the ruthless way that India is playing, it seems like good days are ahead. Joining me in today's discussion, analyzing the India versus Bangladesh match, is my colleague Shan Ghosh and Aditya. Aditya, I'll come to you first. Clinical display, especially
Indeed.
by King Kohli.
Yeah, in fact, the 48th ODI turn, Kohli himself, when he realized that he could score another century,
Yeah.
so he took that step,
Mhm.
tried, and KL Rahul also accompanied him from the other end. And it's a delightful scene to see, like Virat Kohli scoring his 48th ODI turn, being just one shot of Sachin Tendulkar's record of 49 ODI centuries. And
The-
India, meanwhile, are dominating every team so far, four matches and big wins.
Yeah, I mean that's a big feat. It seemed like towards the end, India had almost reached like 238, I think, from that punch, and
Yes.
it seemed like the way KL Rahul and Virat Kohli were batting, it seemed like getting to that 100-run mark, personal milestone. Seemed like their aim, and KL Rahul, in fact, revealed the
Yes.
conversation. You know what the planning was, because KL Rahul himself told Virat Kohli that, okay, if you can get to the mark, because Virat Kohli at the end of the 39th over, I think he was already on 81, 19 runs.
Yes, yes.
He
I think
needed
he needed
19
19
runs, and
runs. Team needed
team
2021.
needed 2021, and KL Rahul himself said that he egged on Virat Kohli to get to that personal milestone, and India won in 42nd over. So I don't think that should matter
I think
much.
KL Rahul's trauma also came back
KL Rahul, I
of
mean,
missing out on the
I
century.
think, yeah, playing a perfect team, and if I miss, so what? You go on and score the 100.
Yes.
So, uh, things are happening really well for India, looking really well for India at the moment.
Yes. I think when it comes to what Kohli did, I think it was, I think, fair enough. And I
Mhm.
think it was also a mental boost for a player who has
Yeah,
played really well in the tournament.
yeah,
He has 50s, and this was a perfect chance. And as you said, the game was never in question.
yeah.
So, in a situation like that, if a player wants to go for a personal milestone and the team is behind him, I think all power to him. That's not a problem at all. And India have won all their games. They have a very good net run rate.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sadly, they missed out on the top spot
Hmm.
very narrowly.
But they have a chance, because the next match that India plays against New Zealand, it's
Yes.
one of the teams will lose their first match, and top two teams on Sunday, that clash is happening, and it's a money spinner, that
The
match,
team
right?
Yes, of
basically that
course.
wins the match will take the top spot
Top
in the
spot, yeah,
tournament.
yeah. There's no question about that. Just to give a brief idea to our viewers, who missed the match. Bangladesh batted first. They were without their regular captain Shakib Al Hasan. They scored 256 for 8. Uh, uh, India chased down the target in 41.3 overs, with Kohli top scoring for India with a century and some good knocks from the likes of Shubman Gill,
Shubman Gill,
Rohit
Rohit
Sharma
Sharma.
also, though
Rohit missed out on a 50.
on a
Yes,
50. But
very, very sad.
yeah, but all in all, Indian top, I mean, it's hard to point out any flaw in this team
I
as
think
such,
Rohit
right?
is finally. I think Rohit finally is making good on his promise.
Mhm.
When Rohit said that I have changed my approach and I'm looking for a more aggressive
Aggressive,
stance,
yeah, yeah.
I think this is what he was talking about. Even today's 48, we are looking at an innings which was
Mhm.
filled with exciting shots, and it gave. Uh, I, we may talk about the target not being too much,
Mhm.
but in a World Cup game, I think a good start is always needed for any chase. I think it gives you the confidence. And I think Shubman ended up with 53 or 55 balls.
Mhm.
So for a player who has not played two games in the start of the
Yeah,
tournament
yeah.
and also did not do that well against Pakistan, I think having Rohit play such a flamboyant innings was also very needed. That Shubman got the chance to get set in the crease, and he can play his shots freely after that.
Hmm.
So I think Rohit is finally making good on his promise that he is changing his game, and he is actually providing a new dimension to what the Indian batting attack can look at.
I mean, before we delve more into Indian batting, the other Indian batters, of course, we'll discuss Kohli a little bit more. let's first go to Indian bowling, Aditya.
Yeah.
Batters Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill, all these are stars. But the real strength, this time, Indian bowling is looking really sharp. They dismissed Pakistan and Australia under 200. Today also against Bangladesh. Bangladesh, are no minnows now. They are tricky customers. They have in several phases of their innings, it looked like Bangladesh might go on to score a bigger total. But then India's bowling, of course, it was brilliant. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
Kuldeep Yadav, Ravindra Jadeja, Bumrah. I mean, everybody was right on top of the
The
money.
best thing what I feel about India's bowling currently in all the matches if you see,
Hmm.
it has been a combined effort from all the
Yeah,
bowlers.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
everybody is contributing, everybody is clicking at a certain point in time, picking wickets, providing crucial breakthroughs, and that has been really working for India. And when such a thing happens, when a team effort comes to place, you're not much afraid about a player or a two failing in big matches
Yeah.
because the entire team is clicking in their own way.
Right.
So for India, it's a very good sign, I think, apart from the victories, that there is no a single individual match winner.
Right.
So
Yeah, I mean, today also, as Aditya mentioned, it was not an individual effort. Jasprit Bumrah, he took 2 wickets.
Yeah.
Mohammad Siraj, he took 2 wickets.
Ravindra
Ravindra Jadeja
Jadeja,
also 2 wickets. Shardul Thakur and Kuldeep
Kuldeep
Yadav, they
Yadav,
took a wicket
wicket.
each. So all in all, it looks like a really well balanced side. But Michael Vaughan, I think he tweeted something like India looking
Yeah,
unstoppable or
India
something
looking
like that.
unstoppable.
Yeah, I mean that's I think the exact adjective to describe Indian team now. But Indian bowling had a concern also today,
Yes.
because India's all-rounder, premium fast bowling all-rounder Hardik Pandya,
Yes.
he had to be taken off attack because of a leg injury. He tried to stop a ball, he slipped, he fell, he limped out of the match. He was taken to the hospital for scans, the reports of which the are awaited, and maybe tomorrow, day after tomorrow,
I think tomorrow.
tomorrow
I think
Rohit Sharma
Rohit
said
said
something,
that
said that
they will be
yeah.
assessing the situation tomorrow.
I mean, how big a loss that would be. I mean, Hardik Pandya simply, for every batter,
Yes.
there is a plan
Yes.
B, but for Hardik Pandya, there is not an equal plan B, right?
I think
Yeah.
that changes. I think that changes the team composition completely.
Right.
Yes.
I think Hardik Pandya is one player that I don't think India is equipped to find a like for like replacement right now, because we are looking at a place when India are playing Shardul and Hardik together.
Right.
So clearly, India looks at Hardik as the superior batter and bowling superior batter in the bowling all rounder
Right.
options. So in that case, I believe if indeed India miss Hardik for a couple of games, they will have to compensate with a extra batter, and in that case, we can look at a Shami coming in
Shami
for
coming in.
Shardul.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think we have a replacement for Hardik, and that
In
will
fact,
really change things for India.
Yeah, I mean, he's the
not
one.
only in India, I feel, in fact, even if you look at world stage, there are barely some all-rounders like Hardik Pandya's caliber, like what he possesses, like bowls in
Yes.
excess of 140 plus, and he is disciplined now. He has improved a lot in the batting. You know that the kind of shots Hardik Pandya can play, there are very limited batters who can play with such confidence and such shots actually. So in that term, I feel like Hardik Pandya is simply irreplaceable in the Indian team.
I mean, especially with the match coming up, big match of New Zealand coming up in Dharamshala,
Yes.
where the conditions do favor seam bowlers. It swings, the wind from the hills comes in. Uh, a batter like, an all-rounder like Hardik Pandya will always be needed. He's the one who not just gives you that third seaming option or fourth seaming option when needed. Mostly he's playing that third seamer's role currently.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Two spinners, two specialist pacer, and one Hardik Pandya and one Shardul Thakur. That's the
And he is even favored over Shardul when it comes to the more number of
yeah,
overs.
yeah, and it's justified. Since I think IPL 2022, since he started captaining Gujarat
Yes,
Titans,
yes.
Hardik Pandya has shown massive improvement. There's sort of a maturity in his bowling, in his batting. He bowls with responsibility. In batting also, that finisher's role is really crucial. I mean, against I think Australia. I mean, though India had already crossed the danger margin, but he came in and hit those. I think
Yes.
one or two sixes he hit. In matches, where India will be challenged when they're ought to be a day, it's such a long tournament. There ought to be a day when the top order might not be as effective, and the lower order, the middle order will have to play. In such a situation, the maturity of Hardik Pandya will be crucial.
Yes,
And
yes.
and Parthiv Patel, in one of his discussions for a cricket website, he said that generally when there is an ankle injury, we might look at a lengthy layoff. We
Yes.
just hope, an Indian cricket team hopes that might not be the case. But yeah, if do you think that's the only alternative if Hardik Pandya goes out? So Shardul Thakur also goes out, and you bring in one specialist pacer and Ishan Kishan in the equation.
The problem with Hardik Pandya going away is
Hmm.
we are missing out on a batter and a bowler at the
Yeah,
same time.
yeah.
I think that is a problem because we right now we are looking at a team
Hmm.
where we bat till number 5,
Hmm.
and then we rely on Hardik Pandya and Ravindra Jadeja to
Hmm.
provide you
Hmm.
support at number 6 and 7.
Right.
And he has not been tested yet, but we
Hmm.
expect. I think Shardul Thakur is picked mostly because we are playing on batting friendly tracks
Hmm.
where you would not like to play a extra spinner, and
Hmm.
also the batting prowess that he provides at number 8.
Hmm.
But removing Hardik Pandya from the equation really opens up the batting, because right now then we are going straight away to Ravindra Jadeja right after number 5.
Right.
So we will need an extra batter, someone like a Ishan Kishan or a Surya Kumar Yadav to come
Hmm.
there and
Hmm.
provide the solidity to batting, because as you said, we have not seen the Indian middle order really being tested
Yeah,
till now.
yeah.
The top order has done the heavy lifting, and we
Hmm.
have at least one batter every game who has taken responsibility and almost guided us to victory.
Hmm.
So I think when the day comes, it'll be very interesting to see how the pressure is
Yeah,
divided in the
yeah.
lower middle order and the middle order. And also, Hardik Pandya gives you almost a sure shot 8, 9, 10 overs spell. So in that case, if we are missing out on that, then we do not have other bowling options other than bringing in Shami,
Shami, yeah.
who will cover for that. Because I think one big thing that really comes out of all this is to show again that none of our top batters bowl.
Hmm.
So we are really stuck there. We need.
Yeah, I mean, when
Yes.
if someday Jasprit Bumrah is not bowling as well as he does in his top matches, or Kuldeep Yadav or Ravindra Jadeja gets hit,
Yes.
we just don't have any alternative. Hardik Pandya, he gives you those 2-3 overs in between where he can get a wicket. Also, Shardul Thakur also does the job, but I think it's safe to say that Shardul Thakur and Hardik Pandya, uh, maybe as bowling all rounders, they are not at the same level yet. Hardik Pandya is much ahead.
Yes, I think that there lies the problem. I think
Hmm.
I think Shardul. I think if we have to be really fair to both the players,
Mhm.
we need to talk about how Hardik is a much better batter.
Right.
So there in batting, there's no competition.
Mhm.
In bowling, Hardik has really improved.
Hmm.
So the thing is with Shardul, you can get a bowling all-rounder
Hmm.
who also contributes with his bat,
Hmm.
but sadly right now he cannot be your Hardik replacement.
Right. Right. I mean, we'll have to wait and watch. What happens. But tomorrow, what the scan reports say, whether it's as bad as it seems, because India doesn't have much days left before the New Zealand clash. Today it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is the basically 2 days. So if it's even mild or mid level injury, I
Yeah.
don't think they'll risk him. Maybe if for Dharamshala, if Hardik Pandya doesn't play, I think the more prudent choice would be bringing in Shami,
Yes,
because
our one true swing bowler.
yeah, in Dharamshala, Shami with his abilities can be really great.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and watch and see. And now let's discuss Indian batting in depth. We discussed Virat Kohli. This century, of course, he's a supremely confident man. This century, a first century, this edition, his third World Cup
Hmm.
century. In fact, this was his first World Cup century while chasing, apparently. I read this stat somewhere. I'm not exactly sure whether it's right or wrong, but uh, the confidence will really go up from here. I mean, he is already confident, but
Of course, he
yeah,
is confident. He has
yeah,
started this tournament extremely well. I think India could not have asked for a better start from Kohli and Rohit.
Hmm.
I think with your two top experienced batters performing this well,
Hmm.
I think India are extremely confident. And I think for any batter, for even a batter like Kohli with his stature, a World Cup 100 is a World Cup 100.
Yeah.
I think we saw it, like how much he really valued the 100, that he engineered his innings that way. When he saw that it is within his reach, he made sure that to plan it that way and reach it. And so, and the New Zealand game, as we talked about, is going to be a huge game.
Yeah, yeah.
We are looking
I
at
mean, two undefeated sides.
two
Huh.
undefeated sides facing each other at a ground which is really going to favor New Zealand bowlers.
Yeah, yeah.
We have to. We
I mean, we
always
saw what happened in the Netherlands, the South Africa match.
Yes.
Netherlands pacers, while defending a target of I think 243, I think 5 or
yes,
something like that in 43
in
overs.
43 overs.
They just wreaked havoc, and it will be interesting. Of course,
Also, the conditions can't be trusted. You
That-
never know when
yeah.
rain comes.
Yeah.
What kind of game we will have. What conditions we will have.
yeah, though India have the bowlers to exploit such conditions, a lot will depend on luck also. I mean, who's bowling at those crucial junctures, where the
Yes.
wind comes, where there is overcast conditions, and in hilly region you can't really say. We'll have to see what the weather prediction is on Sunday, but of course India's top order at least looks solid. Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill, Virat Kohli. KL Rahul also gave solid support to
Yes.
Virat Kohli towards the end. But one player, Aditya, we keep talking about that player, Shreyas Iyer. I think he has already scored a half century.
Yes,
Already
and
scored a
within
half
century, maybe
Yeah,
the previous game.
yeah. But today he scored. He looked good initially. He scored only 19. In fact, after the game, the great Sunil Gavaskar said that the likes of Shubman Gill, Shreyas Iyer, they need to cash in on this
Yeah.
on these opportunities, because these opportunities will not come. Especially he pointed out Shreyas Iyer, because Shubman Gill, before coming into the World Cup, he was scoring hundreds, but Shreyas Iyer has not been getting those big hundreds, which is really crucial for a batter's confidence.
And the most worrisome point, what I feel about Shreyas Iyer is that to the deliveries, like he has played 4 innings, he got out on two, remained not out on 2 occasions. For the 2 innings that he got out, the balls were not really so special. It was just that he threw his wicket away.
Right.
So that might be a cause of concern for the player. Like, you can't just throw your wicket away in such crucial matches, like at such a bigger stage. You just need some runs under your belt. You keep scoring. If you are getting chances, keep scoring. Maybe that was the point made by Sunil Gavaskar.
Yeah,
that you are
yeah.
getting good opportunities.
Don't throw your wicket, right?
Yeah. So eventually, like we saw in the previously, as in the Australia game, he just went out for a delivery which was around on the 6th or 7th stump, going for a lavish drive, a lofted drive. Then against this one, Bangladesh, if you talk about that, in that also Shreyas Iyer just went for a big shot and threw his wicket away. So he just need to look at those things, and when you finish games, actually you get a kind of confidence
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
carry in another game.
And he's playing at a very important position. I mean, number 4
Yes.
position, and of course,
certainly the most debatable position for India in the past.
yeah. I mean, number 4 has been our Achilles heel, right?
Yes.
I mean, last time it was whether Ambati Rayuru, that was not 2019, but before that, I think.
I think
2019 only. 2019,
Right.
Vijay Shankar
we
and
went with Vijay Shankar.
Vijay Shankar, yeah. I mean, and initial indications are that Shreyas Iyer has that confidence of the team management. He's being given those opportunities.
Yes.
He is more than capable of doing well in those
And
positions.
even
But
if you are doing that particular thing in the first innings, somebody might understand that you want to stop the tempo. But when you are chasing a target, the required run rate is not that big. You just need single, double, and a boundary maybe in 2 to 3 overs.
Yes.
So in that case, if you are going for bigger shots, that's
yeah,
important,
and
actually.
Shayan told about one thing. The top middle order has not yet been tested yet, and when the day comes, that the middle order and the lower order will be tested, Shreyas Iyer's role will be really crucial. I'm saying it again and again, that because he has centuries in Test cricket, he has centuries in ODI cricket. He's the regular captain of a T20 team. I mean, he has the pedigree to do so well. He has the talent to do well.
I think that is something
Yeah.
we really have to see in this game, because we are looking at a real lack of. I think taking from what Sunil Gavaskar was saying today, I think we are really lacking players who are looking to finish games.
Yeah.
We have players who are getting starts, but then they are not planning their. I think one thing we see in a Virat or a Rohit, we see planning.
Yeah.
How to plan out a chase, how to
And they
plan out an
control the
innings.
tempo of the game.
Yeah, so
Yes.
it can't always be that, oh, I have 19 runs left or 20 runs left, I'll go for a six right now. That cannot be your answer right away. I think the first thing has to be that I need to finish games.
Yeah, I need to stay on the crease.
I think at number 4 you are handed a very crucial responsibility to really. At number 4 you can either come up very early. That happened with Australia. He had to come extremely early. He was almost playing in the third, fourth
Third
over.
over. I think he
over
got
was
out in the
playing.
second over. In fact, he got out in the second over.
Yes.
Second or third, maybe.
Third, I think.
No,
I
second
think-
over because
Oh,
KL
Hazelwood
Rahul,
got him. Hazelwood got him second
and
over.
KL
Right.
Rahul and Virat Kohli were batting.
Yes.
So Virat Kohli is your number 3 and KL Rahul is your number 5. So
Yeah,
that,
second
over
Hazelwood was bowling, I think.
so there will be such conditions.
Yes,
and
and even today it was very different. He had to play very early, and today he had to just finish the game. So I think we need to look into how the younger players are looking to approach a chase or looking to approach a game, because I think we have all the talent in the world. There is
Right.
no question when it comes to talent and skills. I think what is missing somehow is planning, because I think it is very similar for Shubman Gill too, because Shubman Gill has shown immense promise. But the one problem that we constantly see in Shubman Gill is maybe he never finishes the game. On most occasions, he ends up falling just short of the finish, and then other people have to come up and finish the game. I think if they can work on that, we
because there
almost
will
have
be days,
perfect-
where
Yes.
Rohit will not score a half century. Virat might have a bad day. He
They
is-
may end up having to play with the tail enders.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, as you said, India, both Shubman Gill and Shreyas Iyer, they do have the talent. It's only about the application, which India hopes that it will happen soon. Hopefully, it happens against New Zealand, the battle of the two best teams in the World Cup so far, both point wise, balance wise, player wise. There's little to separate the two teams. In Dharamshala, it will be a crucial contest on Sunday. We'll cover that match live. Do log on to ndtv.com for live updates of that match and more. Tomorrow there's an interesting match coming up: Pakistan versus Australia. The loser of that match, that will be a
Huge blow
big
to
big
them. Yes.
big dent. Australia, they have already lost against two big teams. Pakistan, they are coming into the match after losing against India. We will cover that match live too. Do log on to ndtv.com for more live updates and analysis. Till then, good night. It's already late. Good night and goodbye.
Good night.
Good night.